arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah.
Yo, welcome back to the Football Clinic, and we're here to talk about football. It has been a jam-packed week with African football and the biggest match in the world, which is the El Clasico. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Wait, hold up. Sorry, is this still the biggest match in the world?
Not really.
It's the biggest match in the world, football.
It's no longer a
used to be,
spectacle, though.
yeah.
It's no longer a spectacle because now all we see is Fermin Lopez. Who is that?
And Ferran Torres.
Press the like button if you know who Fermin Lopez is.
Yeah, and we have the biggest cat in the room, which is KDB, is back for Man City. So yeah, let's get on with it. So yeah, we'll start with the El Clasico. What was your expectation and your takes from this final in the Super Copa?
Okay, for me, I was a bit biased towards Madrid because I wanted Madrid to win.
Yeah.
But Barca has this thing that even if they are not in their good form, they still give Madrid a good game.
Yeah.
But in the first 10 minutes, or even before the first goal came in, you could see that the style that Barca wanted to play, the highline, would favor Madrid's counter-attack.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Xavi decided to play that way. He basically just played in the hands of Madrid.
Yeah.
Madrid could have scored more if they wanted to. Barca wasn't, in the first half, wasn't really doing much with the ball. They had the ball, they were making a lot of sideways passes, but they were not very dangerous going forward. They passed the ball, get into the 18-yard box of Madrid, and they lack every idea. They just pass side to side to side and try to cross in or whatever. Nobody expected this thrashing. It was supposed to be a tightly contested game, maybe like a 2-0 or a 2-1 or 3-2 something, goals galore. But hey, it was a good game, and big ups to Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. Apparently, the penalty that Vinicius took was supposed to be Bellingham.
Really?
Yeah. Bellingham got the ball,
and
Vinicius called out to him like, Jude, let me take it. And
such a generous guy.
And he was like, then the next penalty is mine.
Yeah.
So he gave the ball to him to complete the hat-trick.
Yeah.
And even when he got the ball, Lewandowski walked up to Vinicius and like, are you the one going to take it? Trying to get into his head. Remember when we were watching the game, I was like, I don't know why Madrid players were not protecting Vini. They were supposed to go around him and stop Lewandowski trying to get into it. But they all left him because maybe they trusted that
he's got a strong head.
He's an iceberg. He's cold as ice. So yeah.
And the number one hater.
I'm not a hater, obviously. Against Real Madrid, I just don't like the narrative of Jude being the best player in football, which is completely, utterly wrong.
Okay.
I can't be watching this guy. Like, I've watched players, I've watched midfielders in my life, I've watched quality. I can't be fooled by IG because of the Bellingham go. I call him Bellingham hype.
Come on.
He is good. He's a good player.
Yeah.
He is not that good. He is a quality player, but at the same time, you could say maybe 3 weeks ago, he's the player with the best form in world football. In the same sentence, can say he's not the best player in the world. Two things can
be true.
Yeah. And those two things are, for me, in my opinion, a clear fact. He's not the best player in football.
But before you continue, you say he's good. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate him quickly?
On a scale of 1 to 10, Jude Bellingham is a 6.57.
That is wow, though.
It's 6.57, honestly. Okay. All right, in his game, if I break down his game, right, it's not. I don't want to just say things just randomly. So if I want to break down his game, right, he is mostly athletic than technical, in ability-wise. He can get out of trouble in terms of dribbling in semi-tight spaces. What I mean semi-tight spaces, the defender should not already be on him before he's getting his first touch. He should already has his first touch. Then now he'll beat you with his long legs, athleticism, get around you, right? And his first touch is not the best.
He's watch his first touch.
I want him to learn.
His first touch is not the best. His link-up play with the forward is not the best. He's not a polished player. He's for his age, at 20 or 21 years old, what he's doing is very impressive. So no doubt, to be that calm and to be performing for Real Madrid at that age, I give him props for that. Yes, but he is not the best footballer in world football. If he is the best footballer in world football, then football is really lacking quality. Because Jude Bellingham is not a quality player. He is.
Wow.
He is more. He is more. He is more. He is. He's more. How should I say? He's more. He has a lot of application to his game, meaning he knows what to do. You know, I can never look at Jude Bellingham and be wowed by how he plays. There's nothing about him that gives me, oh, Toni Kroos passing style, or Modric control in the game, or a Gundogan ability to evade the press resistance, or a Gerrard or Lampard-esque scoring or shooting ability. He shows maybe flashes of it in terms of the scoring.
He's still a kid, though.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all are rushing to give him the crown that he hasn't earned. Y'all are because social media is trying to force it that he is the best player in the world, and he's clearly not. Like Harry Kane is a much better player than Jude Bellingham. Like, so many facets of the game, Harry Kane is a much better player than Jude Bellingham, but the world is trying to put him there. Madrid is looking for a star, right?
And he's the next one.
And he is the one that they want to give the mantle that you're the star. You are the Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's not even half the player of Cristiano Ronaldo. But he's being put in that ilk. And my thing is, that's what I'm not trying to say. He's not a great player. No, yes, he's not a great player. He's a good player. Right now, his game where he's at, he could be great. I think he could be a world-class box-to-box 8. He's not a 10. The myth that he's the best 10 in the world. Tell me what 10s do, and I'll show you what Bellingham can't do. That's what I'll say. But he is a top world-class level box-to-box 8 because of his athleticism. He can get around the field. Yeah. He can make tackles. Yeah. He's a hard worker. Yeah. He's a serious player. Yeah. He can shoot. He can make simple passes. Right? These are attributes of a top 8. Can get around the field, on the ball, off the ball. Right? He will never hurt you off or on possession. Yeah. He will never hurt you. He never really has a bad game. These are those type of players. If you want to say that, then if Valverde gave you goals, then Valverde too is the best player in the world. But Valverde's game is not. These are not best player in the world caliber players. These are just functional players. They function very well in a system.
Well, for me, Jude Bellingham is the best in the world.
But you know, he has got like 5 minutes rant on Jude, but he has never actually talked about the game.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the game.
No, for the game itself, Barcelona does not have enough money to fire Xavi. That's all I have to say. They can't fire him. They can't. You know, the check will bounce. I think they tried, but the check bounced, so he still has to be there. Because Xavi, for the life of me, I just can't understand that this team is the most. Real Madrid, I've said it, and I'll keep saying it. They have the most athletic midfield in world football. For you to beat them, you have to be extra technical, and they play with athleticism from midfield going forward. And they are probably one of the best counter-attacking teams with Vinicius, Rodrigo, Bellingham coming at you with pace, power, PMP. All right? So, tactically, if you're playing a high line, this is basically Ange ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to play the way I play regardless of the opponent. For me, every coach, you're a tailor.
Yeah.
You have to tailor your team according to
final.
Especially in the final. Keep it close. Don't make them break on you.
Yeah.
And then maybe you'll be able to get something out of the game. But Xavi's not him.
As a Real Madrid supporter, I'm very disappointed in the scoreline. I expected this game to be 7. The major issue I have with Real Madrid is most of the players are too individual.
Yeah.
We do not want to play like Barcelona, where you're supposed to give an obvious pass. Vinicius Jr., yes, he wanted his hat-trick, but after he got his hat-trick, he was still a little bit sticky on the ball. He did not want to release it when he was supposed to release it. And then came later in the game when we were supposed to actually blow them away, when we brought in Diaz, who's on form. He dribbled De Jong, and Rodrigo was right in front of him, like square the ball and let him score. But many players want to make the profile higher, but that's what I think might be hitting Madrid, especially in games that will be tight. because you want your name to be on the.
You want to be the same.
You want to be the.
But they've
savior.
learned from Jude, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have to play well. All you have to do is just score at the last minute.
No, because Jude was actually doing it when the team needed it.
Yeah.
We had Vinicius out, so the goal scoring was not so good, and Joselu is not the best finisher. So Jude was getting those late goals, and you know when you score late goals, it's sweeter, and then the media will hype you up. But then going on to Jude, Jude is inevitable. That's the thing about Jude. He can do it all. There's nothing Jude cannot do on the field of play. He can tackle, and the thing is, he tackles up high.
Yeah.
He tackles. He makes interceptions. His presence itself. He has aura. You know, Jude was meant for greatness.
Okay.
Jude's career is actually a FIFA career mode. From Birmingham City to Borussia Dortmund to Real Madrid, like you cannot make that up. And at the age of 20, from 16 to 20, your projectile has just been mad.
True.
So yeah, Jude is him and is here to save England national team and here to keep up Real Madrid's level.
Legacy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, that's for the game. So now have KDB, who's back for Manchester City.
See, now we've gone to somebody who is a jack of all trade but master of none, to now a master in KDB. This is what you talk about. When I'm talking about best player in the world, I want to see something special. Don't give me jack of all trade.
If everybody is a master of one, that hurts the game, doesn't it?
No.
Because football is made easier for those who are master of one by those who are jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is the thing. This is the difference. KDB can give you other things, but what he gives you, it's so I cannot find. Like,
that's true.
I'm not saying this is gonna be. It's gonna sound mad.
Okay.
I'm not saying you cannot find another Jude, but if Gallagher could score, there's not much difference between Jude and Gallagher.
What?
I am telling you this right now. There is not much difference. If Gallagher can score goals, there's not much difference between Jude and Gallagher.
Fans always start
What? Okay. Hold on. What can Gallagher not do? Jude does everything Gallagher does at a much higher level, but they are similar ilk players. They are just athletically gifted players that can run around and tackle forward and back and play basic. They do the basic things well.
Better on the ball.
Jude slightly.
By a mile.
There's no big difference between Jude and Gallagher on the ball. I'm telling you. And Gallagher is improving as well, because I used to slate him for his on ball, his ball usage, right? He's improving as well. His turns, his half turns and stuff like that. If he adds goals to his game, there's not a huge difference between Gallagher and Jude. They have the same game style. Even if you they're slightly different, because maybe Valverde is more like a box to box. But I'm just saying. But when you talk about KDB, this is call me a player that you would say there's not much difference with what KDB does and another player. That's what I mean. When I'm talking about, when I say Clarence Seedorf was a box to box elite in any situation, give him the ball, he finds you a solution. Any situation. How many times in El Clasico in this game, Jude is trying to dribble a player, he loses the ball. The only way he completes the dribble is by winning the ball off the player that he tried to dribble. What are we saying? Like, are we trying to be fooled?
It happened twice.
It happened twice in the game.
You never saw his assist where there were three players around him and he dragged the ball and gave
with
the
a weak foot.
A dead clock, it's raised twice in a day. My point is, it's not like he will not be able to do something good in a game. No, I rate Bellingham. I rate him as a good player. I would want him at Chelsea. I think he starts in every single team in the world right now.
Of course.
Yes, for sure. But what I'm saying is, his game is nowhere near complete, and we're trying to give him a crown that he doesn't deserve.
That's the
he
thing.
walks into
he's still a kid and he's not complete, and he's still one of the best players.
And I give him props for that. I give him props for that. But
smart.
like, if Jude Bellingham is to walk into the Man City midfield, right? His role will be restricted to working hard. I'm telling you.
Get the ball, give to KDB.
Yes, his role will be restricted to working hard and playing the simple passes. And then when we need the low blocks to be broken, we know who to give. They will trust Rodri to do that more. They will trust KDB. Come on, he is a good player with good potential, but we're trying to shoehorn him into something because he's having a good form. It's the same way maybe people are now. Is my player Cole Palmer? People are overhyping how good Cole Palmer is because they are having
he's having
good
a good time.
form.
Yeah.
Let's stop it. Watch their games completely.
Okay, so KDB is back. And as Klopp said, KDB was warming up and the whole nation was afraid.
Exactly.
That guy's a cheat code.
Yeah, it's a cheat code.
He is.
What he did to Newcastle. What he did to Newcastle was
that guy is not fair. To be having a player like KDB.
So as a Liverpool fan, you're afraid.
Which team in the world right now will be competing with KDB and will be like, I'm not afraid of KDB.
Oh, it's the fact that
I thought you were going to say which team in the world right now is not afraid. I'm like,
Real Madrid. I'm not afraid.
I'm not in the title race, so don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
I said competing.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're competing, what do you mean Real Madrid?
We're not afraid.
Last season, what did you
we didn't have Jude.
So now Jude will be the goalkeeper and the defender.
Jude,
like, what do you mean you have Jude?
Will be the guy.
You had Karim Benzema.
No, Benzema was washed by then. Benzema was washed. Benzema had a spectacular year. Benzema had a spectacular year. Listen, this is my theory. Benzema sacrificed his whole career for that Ballon d'Or run, and afterwards he was not the same guy.
Anyway, so let's go back to KDB. I don't want to.
So yeah, Jude is going to slay that Man City for us. We want them after we beat.
If he does that, then my respect for him would be higher.
Okay.
I'm not saying don't slay Man City by scoring a 92nd minute.
Like play a good game.
Yeah.
We don't care. Madrid, we don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
Come
That's
on.
what I'm saying. I used to watch Zidane show me ilk without getting a goal or an assist.
Yeah.
Or I used to watch KDB do. Okay, KDB would
get
most
assist.
likely because
create the chances. Yeah.
But
He's
you know,
that
I
guy.
used to watch midfielders that do that. Yaya Toure's do that. Show me, against a Bayern. Okay, he flopped sometimes against Bayern, but he showed me in games without the goals and assists.
Yeah.
But now, in the era that we are with stats, so now Jude just has to wait against Union Berlin. He just has to wait for the last minute. Tap in. He will tap in a tap in. What I mean is like
Strikers instinct.
what's his boy's name? Vasquez.
Vasquez, yeah.
Vasquez is already tapping it in, and Jude will tap in the tap in, and then it will be
Strikers instinct.
Anyway, let me go back to KDB.
Yeah.
The goal he scored against Newcastle, that was a phenomenal goal. He just passed the ball in.
Passed the ball in. Yeah.
He just passed the ball in. To have the ability to know that, okay, let me take my time. I don't need to hit it that hard. The skill to hit the ball the way he hit it, to go to that side, man, you don't teach that.
Yeah.
He just.
I love what Pep said.
Yeah.
He said, because right now a lot of people like the tactics talk.
Yeah.
And he was like, to get the players from the back to the other person's box.
Yeah.
Okay, that's tactics.
Yeah.
How you build up.
Yeah.
That's tactics. How but in that area, it's talent.
It's talent. Yeah.
It's talent.
You can't
And
teach that.
not that he's not 100% about talent, because you can mess up talent. Xavi. Bro, Pedri was tired after 15 minutes. I don't know what Xavi
Pedri was tired because he was cooked.
Okay,
alright,
cool.
alright.
That's a topic for another day.
Alright.
All right. But yeah, you can mess up good talent. So you have to put a system where they can do their thing.
Yeah, they
and
flourish.
Yeah. And KDB. It's not that I didn't know. Like, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan.
And for him to come and like in few games just have an impact on the way City plays
Right away.
And now City are 2 points behind Liverpool.
Yeah.
Breathing on our neck. So that means we have no choice but to win every game.
Side thing though, Spurs are 5-6 points away from the top,
Yeah.
Without Madison.
and he's gonna come back soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Madison still is going to have some impact.
Alright.
So yeah, away from this, we now go back to the motherland, Africa, to talk about the Afcon and what has happened so far.
Still waiting for Sierra Leone to play though. I think we play on what?
Never.
Never.
You never play.
The minutes after never.
The minutes after never. We go to the games. Nigeria, big disappointment with the king of Africa, Victor Osimhen, missing the biggest chance in the game. I expected them to blow Equatorial Guinea away, but it did not go. So what was your take from that game?
Well, Ivory Coast started the tournament with a bang, starting.
Shout out to the host here for winning.
Two goals. They started the game the way they want to finish it, host and win, which has been rare. In Afcon we don't really do host and wins. It's been a while.
Yeah.
That has been done, and Nigeria and Guinea. A lot of people thought they should be because Nigeria has
Equatorial, by the way. Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea. Nigeria was tagged with attacking talent. They are overflowing with it. So it was expected for them to just blow away Equatorial Guinea. And Osimhen missing that chance was...
He's giving some...
more like him.
Some Jackson vibes. Are Chelsea confident in the guy anymore after seeing him blow away?
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Osimhen. I'm a fan. I still think he's a top striker among the strikers we have in world football. Yeah. He's still a top striker. Yeah. I'm not a one-game reactionary person. He should have scored. A top striker should score that goal.
Bury that goal.
Okay, I get it. I also see what he was trying to do. I'm not saying it's the right thing.
But you don't see what Jackson is trying to do.
Jackson never tries to do anything.
He just hits it.
Trust me, he doesn't. These two players are not on the same...
We
should same sentence. That's rude.
Right.
That's rude. But Osimhen, there's one thing about him. Am I shocked he missed? He's not a finished product. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's still getting there, and I'm kind of shocked he missed, but not really. I expect these misses from him. Sure. But there's one thing I like about him: the will to want to be there next time and do it again.
Yeah.
For me, strikers should have a short memory. I know a lot of people who kill him online, Twitter, and everything.
Be a goldfish.
Yeah. And I think the scapegoat was Iwobi.
Yeah, Iwobi was scapegoat.
They found a scapegoat, sorry. But I like the mentality he has. That's why I would love Osimhen at whatever price. I would love Osimhen at Chelsea. Me, I like strikers where you can score, but I like mentality first. So I think Nigeria, the only problem, like I said the last time, they were not going to be first in this group because Ivory Coast, they're a good team, first of all, and two, they're at home.
Yeah.
Nigeria should have won this game.
It should have been.
They should have. Yeah. Because now the next game is Ivory Coast. And Ivory Coast just looks...
the better team.
Very complete. A complete team.
That midfield, it's going to be used by Ivory Coast.
Okay.
Sangare. Their midfield is just complete. Kessie. Yeah. And I'm forgetting one more person in that midfield. But their midfield is just complete. They can keep the ball. Seko Fofana.
Oh yeah.
Fofana,
I love that guy. I don't. Yeah. I was actually not. I didn't like the fact that he went to Saudi. I thought he should have gone to the Premier League. He's a good player. He's a very good player, I think. But anyway, sometimes money is But yeah, their midfield is really good. Their wings are really good. The striker, I'm not too sure, but let's see, because he scored the first game.
Yeah.
Nigeria, the defense is a bit sauce. They were not tested enough.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of their defense.
More games to.
Yeah, I think they will lose that game though.
Yeah, and then we had
against Ivory Coast.
Yeah, I think they will lose that game, and they have to win the last game, which I think Osimhen will. Get them over the line.
We had Egypt.
4 points.
We had Egypt drawing to Mozambique, which was actually a shocking game.
Yeah.
Egypt dominated it, and they ended up being almost on the losing side until a last-minute penalty, which obviously was controversial, but it was a penalty, and Mohamed Salah stepped up and converted. But yeah, Egypt still in it. But first game, Mozambique shocked us with their quality that they have, especially that they are tall guys and they are fast. Yeah. So they are really good at crossing and the counter attack. So the game was 2-2. What do you think?
There's a thing about Afcon. It's not about who is the best player or anything. About the
betting apps are really happy when
because there are a lot of
really
upsets.
No big team. Yeah. Big team. Yeah.
There are a lot of upsets. So it's all about physicality, the strength. Regardless where you play, you meet someone who is unknown and would outshine you on the field.
Yep.
So with the Egypt and Mozambique game, even there's one journalist on Twitter attacking Salah that he wasn't playing well. You put Salah in a team of like basically nobodies who are not doing well. He was creating.
He wanted to call them bums.
I don't say bombs. That's a disrespect. Hey, to be representing your national team, that means you are good enough in some way. But he was creating a lot of chances, and the striker messed up a couple of them. And their goalkeepers is quite good. He did save them a couple of times. So I think this should have been a must-win for them. Like they should have won this game. Yeah, and Mozambique, big ups. Nobody really gave them any chance to.
Speaking about unknown teams, there's Cape Verde. I did not know Cape Verde was a country. I thought Cape Verde. I thought it was a getaway. I thought it was a getaway destination for vacay. I did not
like
know
Seychelles,
like Hawaii. Like then I saw Cape Verde in the Africa Cup. I'm like 2-1 Ghana.
I warned you though.
You are boiled like a boiled egg. Ghana.
I warned you.
Okay.
I warned you that Cape Verde, they always play good football. That's something
they
that
played with an overweight baby.
They outplayed us. They outplayed us. The run in the first.
we were shocked to see Baby on the field still.
And he scored.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was another guy that scored. It wasn't Baby.
So,
but he actually played well for a guy that looked off the mark. He couldn't really run at defense. I'm like,
the experience.
So okay, now we've come to your segment.
Yeah.
This is your.
please.
I think by now the subscribers and people who watch know that he's Ghanaian.
I just have something simple to say.
Please, the floor is yours.
Yes. From Ghana, the only what should I say? Good thing I can say is Jiku. Our defender was phenomenal. Man of the match, deservingly so.
I thought he was going to say the food, like Banku or eggs. That's the only good thing coming from Ghana at this moment.
Secondly, the whole Ghana GFA, our football association, should be disbanded. From the grassroots, from the president of the football association to the whole national team.
I heard somebody say that watching the Ghana team or going to Afcon is wasting taxpayers' money.
It is wasting taxpayers' money because all they want to do is find ways of like taking money from the government because they are going to come back and say that they spent over $30 million in this tournament, and in out of 10 Afcon games we've won 1. That shows how bad we are. We have individual players who can be good, but as a team it seems like we don't know what to do.
No cohesion.
We couldn't string 10 passes together.
Yeah.
Cape Verde was making like they were just dancing around us.
Cape Verde, yeah.
And that
Island vibes.
That left back Gideon Mensah, your favorite player, he gets the ball, and
he looks good on it though.
Looks good.
He has that aura, like you said. He has the aura, like he's about to do something, and gives the ball back to Cape Verde.
Yeah.
And they'll pass up. Okay.
It was the ops.
And our goalkeeper, my goodness, like
Mensops.
the only good thing that happened was Jiku. The rest of them are.
No, Jiku was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Even he actually prevented,
like more than 2 or 3 goals. Yeah. So there was a tweet that Jiku had more saves than the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, Ghana.
Wait, hold up. Could you please? Sorry to interrupt you, but I really want to know this. Could you please explain the winning goal?
Yeah, the winning goal was the most absurd goal I've seen.
It's like a clown show.
Yo.
That was like primary school football.
Yo, I've never played professional football, but yo, that goal wouldn't have happened even here. We wouldn't allow that goal to happen. It was so comical. It was just kind of like, how should I even put it? You know, when we were kids and we were playing like primary 1 or grade 1s are playing and everybody follows the ball, just kicks the ball around and someone taps it in. That's what happened. You were just bumps like.
The goalkeeper was running out of his line and.
Where was he going? That goalkeeper. Oh goodness.
Easy.
Calm down.
You
need eggs? You need us to boil 1 or 2 eggs?
Yeah, with pepper in there.
The pepper.
With onions. Okay. Yeah, that would calm me down.
Oh, that was the.
But I don't know if Ghana is coming out of that group.
Yeah. You have Egypt and Mozambique, so it's going to be a really, really tough.
But it seems like we are just not giving props to Cape Verde. What a team, man!
And then Cape Verde also winning, Egypt having 1 point. It's not looking bright.
For me, the question: your next game, you winning? You playing Egypt on Friday?
Yes, we are winning.
You win. What's the score like? You want to win on penalties?
in the group stage.
You know, in Ghana, there's this thing where we like to do calculations a lot. Oh, this one has to win, and we score 2 goals. We've already started doing the calculations in Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that means you have to draw against Egypt at least.
That's the worst outcome.
Yeah,
That should be the worst outcome.
But apparently, when you qualify, you can qualify through third.
Yeah, best third, yeah.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
best
best third.
third.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
fingers crossed. Go Ghana, best third. Let's go.
And then we had at least the biggest team in Afcon doing what big teams should do, at least breaking the myth of, in Africa they're not big teams. Senegal beating Gambia 3-0 in a comfortable victory.
And they didn't even look their best.
They didn't even look their best. They were just stringing passes. They looked comfortable. They looked confident against Gambia. So yeah, really impressive, especially Sadio Mane having an assist.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was.
You take Gambia to be a tricky team to play against.
Yeah, not that day. Honestly, the scoreline is a bit flattering to Senegal. Yeah, because Gambia also had 1 or 2 chances. They played the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just Senegal. We have to just give them props. Like they are. The guy who scored the first goal. I've watched him a couple of times. I think he plays for Lyon.
Yeah.
Lamine?
Pape.
Okay.
They have a lot of gay, Pape, Sa, gay. Yeah. But yeah, his stature is good for Afcon. He's tall, lanky, makes easy passes and stuff like that. So I like their team. I don't love their team, Senegal.
Yeah.
If their team was better, I think I would make them favorites to win. But I'm liking right now.
Yeah.
After the couple of games, not everybody has played, but
yeah.
after a couple of games, I am tipping. I'm off the Nigeria bandwagon.
Oh, who are you jumping on now?
Ivory Coast.
Who's gonna win?
I like Ivory Coast.
Okay.
And Morocco. I haven't seen Morocco play, but
after the Ghana game, I'll see if I'll jump off the Egypt final bandwagon. But I'm sure I'll still be on it after Ghana.
After the Ghana game, they're going to whoop us.
Yeah, very true.
But Senegal really looked confident. You know those type of teams where they're not playing at their best, but they just feel okay. It's gonna come our way.
They don't need to come out of the second round.
So they didn't even go into their second gear. Yeah, so they looked good. We'll see further on into the competition, but yeah, they looked really good.
And Cameroon
drew with Guinea 1-1, which was a surprise. Yeah,
Guinea had a red card.
Yeah, Guinea had a red card too after they scored the first goal. I was really surprised Cameroon did not win this game.
In the last time where we had the show about the Afcon, I said that Cameroon wouldn't make it out of the
group stages.
Group stages.
And now they don't have their prolific striker, Abubakar.
They don't have Abubakar. Even Choupo-Moting wasn't available.
I think for the fact that Guinea had a red card and
even Ngisa, I don't think.
No, Zambo Ngisa, he's their captain.
He's like okay. Yeah, it was Choupo-Moting and Abubakar.
Abubakar is hurt. He will play if they do come out of the group stage.
Oh, okay.
He will play.
And what do you guys make of Onana getting there?
I was waiting for us to land, and I'll ask that question. If you were the coach, would you play him?
I think because of his big profile, he has to play.
I wouldn't.
I feel he has to play.
I wouldn't play him.
To the respect to the
Maybe he talked to the manager before.
So he boarded a private jet.
Yeah.
He's a big player now.
He's a big
player. He's the one playing the biggest.
You're not the biggest player in the world. You're not the biggest player.
You're Cameroonian first, then Man U.
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to do in the sense that there's a big game against Spurs, so you want to be there, but it's not like there's no backup goalkeeper at Manchester. This is Manchester United.
He usually has this altercation with the Cameroonian managers. I even remember in the last
World Cup, he was
World Cup, he was actually sacked out of the team.
Yeah.
And I think because his PR has now gone so big, he cannot be ignored by the
final.
He cannot be ignored by the national team. So
no, even at that point, I feel like he's just using his power.
Yeah.
Even at that point, I feel like that's not the right thing to do. Your teammates, even if some are okay, he's gonna have friends that are okay with it. Like, you're a big player, but a lot of others will not be okay with such, and that would create, tournament.
Yeah.
You need team spirit.
Yeah. And usually Cameroon are used to falling apart in competitions.
So I feel like that's not something he should have done. He shouldn't have done it. If I was the coach, I'm gonna keep starting
I would make him the bench
until he makes such a bad era.
Yeah.
To get
Yeah, and then we had the last game that was Algeria, Angola, which was 1-1. Surprisingly,
Another. Again, it's Afcon, man.
it's Afcon, there's no big team.
There's no big team.
Yeah.
Algeria messed up.
Yeah. You said Angola doesn't play football; they play basketball. So.
Oh, apparently they play football now. Apparently they do. Honestly, especially in the first half, all they were doing is just kicking the ball, and Algeria was coming waves after wave after wave. And Algeria it's a good team. They look like they have some one or two good players based off of what I saw yesterday. But Angola is not a good team, so that's not a good test for me to say, okay, I trust Algeria.
But if Angola, not being a good team, was able to come away with 1 point, that means Algeria in all that.
No. When you sit deep in Afcon, you could bang out a point.
True.
It doesn't mean the opponent is not
But it
good.
wasn't 0-0. It was 1-1.
Yeah, but they were hanging on. Like at some point after Algeria scored the first goal, and by the way, I want to say the two best goals in the Afcon right now, in my opinion, have been cancelled. The one Ghana, that was a cracker, and then yesterday, he put it off his chest, and that was such a good goal, but it was offside.
Oh,
so they could have gone 2 up,
Yeah.
and probably sealed the game, but then they started doing some skills and stuff like
they
that.
wanted to show off.
They actually thought the game was that easy.
Yeah.
So their team is good, but I want to see something
more.
And they're not in a bad group, so Algeria will make it through.
True.
They're in a soft group.
Yeah, so that's it for today. Keep watching the Afcon, love of the Africa game, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we are out. Thank you.